Welcome into the Family Pet Podcast, the podcast for curious pet parents, where we believe the more you know about pet healthcare, the better pet parent you can be. I am not Michael Shirley. I'm Stephen, taking over hosting duties today. And we have Dr. Kerrie Robinson in studio with us today.
Good morning.
Good morning. And it may be afternoon by the time somebody hears us. And we have Dr. Bones. For those of you who are not watching on the YouTube channel, you can't see Dr. Bones. He doesn't have a whole lot to say today, but we are going to talk about Halloween and what associated risks and considerations for our pets. So, Dr. Robinson, let's just jump right into it. What's the biggest risk? Why should we be concerned with our pets for Halloween?
I'd say the biggest risk is just accidental ingestion of candies. As most people already understand, there are certain things that dogs and cats are not allowed to eat. And a lot of those things are contained in most of the Halloween candies. So I'd say accidental ingestion of trick-or-treat candies.
See, that's why I can't do chocolate. So I'm not a chocolate eater. So I am already taking care of Maverick. I'm keeping the chocolate away.
Well, good for you.
He would eat anything else.
Yes.
Yes. I try to keep the Starburst and the Skittles away from him. Those are mine.
Same. And, got to make sure that after Halloween as well, that the children's candy bins and bags are put away in a location where the pets don't have access to them then as well. So
let's kind of unpack that though. If my pet gets into the Halloween candy, let's identify that is not good.
Mm-hmm.
What should they do?
I'd say the safest bet is to, contact your veterinarian. Most of the time, these things happen after hours. So,
of course,
we typically recommend Veterinary Emergency Group, or otherwise known as VEG. They are a 24-hour emergency veterinary hospital. And so you certainly could go straight there or contact them. The sooner that occurs after the ingestion, the better, because they may want to induce vomiting. And generally, we want to try to do that within 30 minutes to an hour of ingestion, if possible. The other option, too, is that you can contact the pet poison helpline, and they are also available 24 hours a day and can assist in pet owners knowing and understanding whether the ingestion is something that they should be concerned about or not.
Now, we had Dr. Renee Schmid on episode 74, I think, talking about the pet poison helpline. And that is something that is available to the general public, but also veterinarians can reach out to them. There is a cost associated with that. I think it was $85. But if the client calls and then goes to the veterinarian or to the pet ER, and they have to talk to, it's still, they can combine it into one charge.
Yes. And I have dabbled a little in emergency care over the years, and have definitely run into situations where that's been extremely valuable to be able to just hop on the phone, speak to a veterinarian. They're available 24 hours. There's no additional charge for the veterinarian to consult with them once the pet parent has paid that fee.
So first steps, if your pet ingests some candy, the first thing to do is, if it's during regular business hours, immediately call your veterinarian. If it's after hours, need to call the pet ER and or the pet poison helpline. Pet poison helpline. That doesn't flow off but they can help with those processes. So that's something they might eat. That's a risk. Are there other things that we might need to be concerned about or aware of associated with Halloween and our pets?
So we are fear-free certified practice. So, we are certainly considering our pet patients' fears, phobias, anxieties a lot while they're here. And, Halloween happens once a year. A lot of spooky decorations come out, flashing lights. face masks, costumes, and all of those things can be extremely scary to our pets. And add to that, constant ringing of the doorbell, people knocking on the doors. There's just a lot of agitation, and there's the potential for our dogs to escape as we're opening and closing the door with the trick or treaters, and they're more prone to or inclined to want to escape if they have really high fear and anxiety as well.
Okay. And so, with that in mind, maybe not keep the pet in the living room by the door, keep them somewhere else.
Yes, absolutely. So a separate room, and if you have the ability to do that, turn on the TV really loud, or have some music or a sound machine, so it kind of drowns out the noise of the doorbell. Even oftentimes, in the past have just sat out on my porch, so that eliminates the people knocking, approaching my door, or ringing my doorbell. But definitely having some type of a barrier, whether it be a pet gate or a door between that front door and the pets, is ideal.
That's a good point. Yeah. Maverick does not like the doorbell. He has figured out what the doorbell is, and he goes ballistic.
My dogs have also gotten really keen on the ring alert that comes on my phone.
Oh,
so
goodness.
we've added that too.
Smart pets recognize all the opportunities. But yeah, good point. And super important. It's maybe difficult for listeners or viewers to fix now, but having a microchip, when we talk about a pet getting out, being microchipped can assist in getting back, returning home.
Yes.
So those are just a couple of quick tips.
One other thing just to add, I know a lot of people think, hey, we're all going out as a family to trick or treat. Let's take our dog. And in some instances, that's fine. But there's just the element, again, people in masks, kids running, kids wanting to approach and pet your dog. Just a situation that may not necessarily be ideal for a lot of dogs. So just bear that in mind when you're considering that.
I hadn't even thought about that. My kids are much older. It's been a long time since we trick or treated with the kids. Well, thank you for joining on. Before we go, we have a section of our show where we invite our guests to share a fun fact, piece of information where can help our listeners win trivia night at the local pub or impress their friends and family at dinner. What fun fact do you have related to Halloween?
Well, I have been informed that Americans are going to spend $3 billion on Halloween candy this year, which is astounding.
$3 billion on Halloween candy.
And we have 2 giant bags of candy at our house, and probably aren't going to be there handing it out because we'll be trick-or-treating with our 4-year-old.
I've been married for 29 years, and we are 28 years, 28 and a half, and whatever. We have never bought Halloween candy. We have never been at home to give out Halloween
That's
candy.
smart. That's smart. I think we're probably donating ours to our neighbor.
That's crazy. So yeah, that's nuts. Mine, I just brought my little fun fact. Candy corn, which is often listed as a favorite Halloween treat, was originally called chicken feed. Back in the 1880s is when it's come from. So,
well, I mean, it is shaped like corn. So.
Yeah, I mean, candy corn, but chicken feed. But pieces of information that a bonus fun fact for our listeners. But I guess that's going to be it. We just wanted to toss out this quick episode, real quick, for the Halloween specials for everyone listening. If you are wondering where have we been, you got to find Michael. He's ghosting us. It's Halloween, so we have Dr. Bones, but Michael's ghosting us today. But we will be back. I promise. We are going to figure out our schedule and getting back into the groove. But until next time, until we find us in your feed again, stay curious. All right, that's it.
Okay, that was not terrible.
No.